Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Pia and I am located in Pacific Northwest, Zone 8B. This weekend we have a lot of rain, so we are not going to be able to work outside in the garden, but I will be making some chicken broth inside instead. I'm starting the canner now and I have the digital Presto canner. So I will be working on that and I will take you along with me. So I have started a freezer clean out and I have this big old Ziploc full of roasted chicken bones that's taking up so much space. So since the weather is not that great, I'm just going to be staying in and making some chicken broth. So these chicken I got from Costco, and I used up the chicken meat and I segregated that from the bones. The bones were placed in the freezer, and as you can see, it's frozen over really well. So I'm going to be putting that in this pot with water, and I've also done the same with some vegetable scraps. So this is what we're going to use along with the chicken bones. Some of the onions that are in here, I'm going to save the rest of the veggie scraps for vegetable broth. I am going to use this onion since it's already went and did this. And I'm going to peel the skin off because the skin of the onion is what turns the broth a darker color. I want to see how it looks with just the white skin of the onion, none of the brown. The one I made last time turned brown because I did include the skins as well. And since celery is not doing so well for me this year, I'm going to just use the store-bought one and also just a couple of carrots. I know we have a lot of carrots that we're growing outside, but that's not going to be ready for a while, and I really want to make space in the freezer. I actually still have a bag of tomatoes, tomatillos in here that I want to make salsa with. So we're gonna slowly try to make space for this year's harvest. So I put about 5 garlic cloves as well. I didn't want to add more. I think that's enough because I didn't want the garlic to be overpowering the broth. And I forgot that I had a cheesecloth. In the cheesecloth right now, I made a knot. It has thyme and rosemary. They're both dried herbs. And I should have put the black peppercorns in there too so that it's easier to strain later on, but I forgot. So yes, and I did not put any salt in the soup, so I can use it with whatever dish I decide to use it in later on. Okay, so let's check out the chicken broth after 3 hours. This is how it looks like right now. The longer you let it simmer, the better your broth will taste. So it's been, like I said, 3 hours. I think I'm going to leave it for another hour or so. This is after about 5 hours. See how far down it came, but we're going to be removing these guys, straining them in a strainer over here next to me. Then we are going to simmer it maybe for another hour after that. and we are ready to can. So this is the canner that I got, digital pressure canner from Presto. Right now I just heated up the water and it's actually ready to go. I just need to start filling up the jars with the chicken broth. So this is the broth, some of the broth anyway that I can fit in this bottle in this container. It should separate the oil when I pour it down. So this is the first jar that I removed from there. The only thing I put in the water is vinegar. That is just so that mason jars are not going to be cloudy. It's warm, but it's not that hot. So there's this bottom line right here, and that is actually exact 1 inch from the top. And then we can go ahead and pop this on. There's the lid and the ring. Sorry for all the noise, but I have the air fryer on and the canner on. But this is how I prepare the broth. This is the leftover that I couldn't put in the canner because I had enough. I have some frozen ginger cut up and grated. I just dump that in there. This is also frozen green onions. I bought a bunch and then it's just left over, so I just let that kind of cook in there, and I will put in our homemade wontons. Cami helped me make this, and so it looks like we are going to need to make more because we're almost out. So this is how she just likes it, just with this. I'm actually pushing it with the green onions, but usually I put bok choy in here, which we have some in the garden already, some carrots and some onions too if you want, but actually this is just a simple broth with the wonton. When the air vent cover lock is in the up position, that means there is pressure building up inside the canner, and it also is a safety feature so that you can't open it at that time. Okay, it is done. I can remove this guy, and as you can see, this guy, I forgot what it's called, the pressure gauge is down. That means we can safely open it up. I'm hoping nothing is broken. Always put it away from you because it has steam, and it looks like it's all intact. Yay! Already heard it pop. That's what you want to hear. So we have to leave it over here for 24 hours before we actually take the ring out. If you look at it, it's still boiling in there. Oh, that one too. I can hear all of them pop, pop, pop. So here are the jars, now a little bit over 12 hours. Let them cool naturally room temp. And we're supposed to check the seals no earlier than 12 hours, but no later than 24 hours. So I'm going to be removing the rings. Oh, like this one is easily removed, and checking to see, I should do this with 2 hands, but to check and see if they're fully, if it's really sealed. Well, can you believe that having some chicken bones and just adding some vegetables and seasonings will give you 5 quarts of broth? Look at that. So happy how it turned out. Well, that's it for the video today. Thank you again for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.